You see, Mr. Bond, as an artist, I want to create an indisputable masterpiece. The Death of 007. Mano a mano. Face to face. That is mine.
So, you want me stuffed in your rocky mantle place?
A very amusing idea, but I'm thinking more of the history. My golden gun against your Walter PPK. A match against titans.
So my 6 bullets against your 1?
I only need 1.
He has a powerful weapon, charges 1,000,000 a shot. An assassin second to none, there with the golden gun.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Real Screen Time. I'm Andrew Thomas. I'm here with fellow James Bond Christopher Johnson.
Hello, everyone.
And today we're going over The Man with the Golden Gun.
Yes, a very interesting but also memorable film. For better or for worse.
Yeah. So, want to go into the overview?
Sure. The Man with the Golden Gun is a 1974 spy film loosely adapted from the novel of the same name, written by Ian Fleming and released a year after Fleming's death in 1965. The film was the 4th and final film in the series to be directed by Guy Hamilton. Also, this would be the 9th and final film to be co-produced by Harry Saltzman and Albert R. Broccoli, with Saltzman selling his 50% stake in Eon Productions' parent company, Danjaq LLC. The film was written by Richard Maybaum and Tom Mankiewicz. And, of course, the film stars Roger Moore in his second film as James Bond, alongside Christopher Lee, Britt Eklund, Maud Adams, and Hervé Villechaize.
Go with it for the synopsis.
Okay. James Bond gets tasked with recovering a device known as the Solex agitator, a breakthrough technological solution to contemporary energy shortages. At the same time, Bond finds himself targeted by Francisco Scaramanga, the world's most expensive contract assassin and the owner of the deadly Golden Gun.
I thought it was really good. Roger Moore did a little bit better with this performance.
I would actually disagree. I think he did much better in Live and Let Die compared to this, because they really wrote this to fit more of the strengths of Sean Connery. I mean, definitely there are moments where Roger Moore does do a good job. I mean, definitely with maybe some of the one-liners and maybe a bit more of the kind of comedic things that he does. But, yeah, this Bond is supposed to be a lot more cold and calculating. A lot more like what Connery was compared to what, Roger Moore's Bond is. His whole idea of Bond is Bond kills, but he doesn't like killing. While in this one, he has no qualms in wanting to kill Scaramanga. So, and plus, there are a couple other instances which we'll get into. But, I mean, he still did good for what he was given. I mean, a bit more your thoughts on
Yeah,
it?
I thought they could in some parts, especially the fight with Scaramanga, along with the fight with his henchmen at the end.
Yeah, definitely. But with talking about Bond, why don't we go into the Bond girls?
Mm-hmm.
First, Britt Eklund as Mary Goodnight.
Just when they get in James Bond's pants.
Yeah, this is the biggest how question, or what question I have. How did Mary even become a secret agent? I mean, don't get me wrong, there are instances where she has at least read up on the situation that they're dealing with. You know, the Solix Agitator and Scaramanga being involved. But dear God, she does she know what she's doing? Does she?
Not really, since she gets herself captured. And then she blows up the island.
Nearly got Bond killed.
Mm-hmm.
And also the fact of, could you have been a bit more subtle in letting Bond know she's not happy with being Scaramanga's captive? I mean, the steamed mushrooms look interesting, don't they? Oh, well, are you having a good time? Good night? I could stay here forever. Could you have been a bit more subtle? Seriously, how in the world did this woman get this far in MI6?
Yeah, but I don't know, liked her when she was in that bikini.
Of course.
Other than that, she was a suit.
Yeah, she was a ditz.
Yeah.
This is one of the very few times where that whole kind of stereotype about Bond girls is accurate. Pretty much her, Honey Rider, and Tiffany Chase. Damsel in distresses, and on her case, a ditz that nearly gets everyone killed.
Yeah.
Especially her. Why did you hit the one guy that is watching over, the scientific base? Why? That's what caused the meltdown. Why? I feel bad for that guy. He got destroyed by liquid nitrogen. For what? And now we get into the other Bond girl, and this isn't really the last time we get to see her.
No.
Heavy foreshadowing. Maud Adams as Andrea Anders. She is essentially the kept girlfriend, and I guess his outlet for carnal relief before assassination.
Yeah.
Because apparently that relief makes you a better shot. Weirdly enough. But I actually liked Maud Adams in this. Not as much as what we end up seeing her later.
Yeah.
But, I felt bad for her.
Yeah.
She didn't want to be Scaramanga's kept girl. She wanted to be saved from this whole thing, and the way it ends for her is heartbreaking and haunting.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah, I thought she did really good for her small part of being being that usual Bond girl who dies.
Yeah, there's always. It seems like there's almost always a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
And, hers is definitely one of the more sad.
Yeah.
But I guess we should also go more into everyone else in MI6. Of course, Lois Maxwell is Miss Moneypenny.
Yeah.
Much more helpful this time around, letting Bond know where in God's name, where 002, the agent that was assassinated by Scaramanga, where that happened, and who the belly dancer girl he was with when it happened.
Yep.
So he could get that golden bullet. We thank you for coming back, Desmond Llewellyn, as Q.
It felt weird without.
Yes, it was very weird without him.
Mm-hmm.
Why not include him? It was dumb. But unfortunately, there isn't a major Q gadget in this one. Q mainly helps him in finding out who designed Scaramanga's golden gun and his bullets.
And Bernard Lee as
Oh dear God! See now, Bernard Lee. He was very good at playing, gruff but kind of lovable.
Yeah.
Dear God, in this one, was he beyond gruff?
Yeah.
There were a couple instances where he was like, Bond, I really wished Scaramanga did have a contract on you. Dear God, man! You're that mad at Bond that you wish he would get assassinated. He's not necessarily... Everyone's not necessarily doing their best in, stopping Scaramanga and, being successful in this mission, but good Lord.
Yeah. I thought it was a little too rough on him.
Yeah.
Actually not knowing what Bond did wrong to take him.
Good Lord. I understand, that solar energy scientist getting assassinated, that messed things up, but good Lord. Oh, man.
So, get our turn of a character from Live and Let Die. Pepper.
Oh, yes. Welcome back, Clifton James. Sheriff J.W. Pepper is also in this film.
Yeah.
Why is he and his wife having a vacation in Thailand? Why? Why is this a thing? Especially with the fact of him being kind of racist to the locals.
Yeah, but he's much nicer to Bond in this.
Yeah. He's actually a lot more likable in this one compared to Live and Let Die. Even though Bond didn't need the comedic relief for the car chase between him and Scaramanga, I was okay with Pepper in this one. Plus, it is funny a couple of times where he, gets to me. He becomes the butt of the joke, whether he gets pushed in the river by the elephant or the fact that he gets arrested by the Thailand police. Not that bad.
Guess we should go into the villain.
Well, there's also a couple other people that are important to Bond in this whole thing. Of course, Lieutenant Hip, played by Soon Taik Oh. I liked him. He was an interesting Felix Leiter-esque ally. But who was really cool were his nieces. Oh, look, they just look like, happy, nice little schoolgirls. But no, they are badass martial artists. And they beat the you-know-what out of those martial artists that are controlled by High Fat, played by Richard Liu.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, he was okay, as an ally to Scaramanga, but didn't have too much of a part.
Yeah.
But now we get into the biggie.
Yeah.
The main villain himself. Christopher Lee as Francisco Scaramanga.
The first Dracula that he fights.
Interestingly enough, very true. Christopher Lee is the best part of this whole film.
Yeah.
Truly he is. He's so suave and charismatic, and you definitely feel that sense of danger about him, because this man only needs one bullet and he takes you out.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that people have to pay him $1 million to have him be the contracted assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Just boss. Him having the Solix agitator, to use solar energy for this gun. That's his side gig. That's just some additional pocket money for him. No, the main reason why he's doing this, he wants to go mano a mano in a gunfight duel against James Bond. And that is awesome. Usually with most Bond villains, it's, I want to take over the world. Oh, I want money. I want government power. No, I want to kill James Bond. Mm-hmm. That's his goal. Your thoughts?
I thought it was really entertaining. Yep, and he killed whoever double-crossed him.
Just fantastic.
Yep.
Just fantastic.
Especially when he shut off his fake Bond fingers.
Oh, yeah.
At the beginning, yeah.
And did he shoot that wax statue's dick?
Probably.
He shot the he shot the penis of the wax sculpture Bond.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting. I get you want to kill Bond, but I don't know. But then again, the freaking golden gun in itself is practically a metaphor for Scaramanga's penis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you hear the theme song. But, of course, he does have a loyal henchman. / butler / guy who takes over his estate if Scaramanga dies. And that is Knick-Knack, played fantastically by Hervé Villachet.
Fantasy Island.
And this is before Fantasy Island at that. Yeah, before he was yelling, "De plane! De plane!" Yeah, Hervé Villachet was a Bond henchman. And a very charismatic one at that.
He was only upset when they decided to accidentally
blow up the island.
Yeah. Then he decided to kill him.
Well, yeah, he lost his estate. He lost everything when that happened. I'd be mad too. It's like, okay, I'm in this unique relationship with Scaramanga where I'm kind of like his butler, but at the same time, I'm also the guy to make sure that he's at tip-top performance by hiring other contracted killers to face him off in a duel. And if Scaramanga happens to die, I get the estate. Everybody wins. But, yeah. Poor Knick-Knack. And then how it ends for him, stuck in a lobster trap, ready to be arrested by the authorities. And I wish his fight with Bond would have been a bit more entertaining. Maybe him have a special weaponry or gadget or something to play up the fact of how small he is. But what you gonna do? I mean, your thoughts on Knick Knack?
I thought it was entertaining. he ends up getting himself locked up
In a lobster trap.
Yeah.
Well, first a suitcase, then a lobster trap.
Yeah.
And also, let's not forget, he's one of the henchmen that was closest to actively killing Bond.
Mm-hmm.
If High Fat hadn't stopped him, he would have stabbed Bond in the neck with that pitchfork thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was this close to killing James Bond.
Yeah.
It was going to be game over. So, big ups on Knick Knack.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess now we go a bit more into the good.
Yep.
Overall, the plot is decent.
Yep.
It's decent for what it is. Mainly the whole fact of Scaramanga wanting to kill Bond.
Mm-hmm.
The acting was fantastic, mainly on Christopher Lee, Hervé Villechaize, and Maud Adams.
Yes.
I mean, Roger Moore did well with what he was given, even though this was definitely not written to his strengths. And of course, the best gadget of all, the golden gun. This thing is made off of Scaramanga's personal gold pen, his personal gold lighter, and his personal gold cigarette case. He's able to disassemble and reassemble this thing like that, and he only needs one bullet to take you out. I mean, that's boss. That is boss. And this weapon is still iconic to this day within the James Bond franchise. If you ever play a multiplayer game on any James Bond video game that has it, this is the main weapon you want to get, because if you get shot anywhere on your body in that game, it's an instant kill. Iconic. Truly iconic. I mean, your thoughts on the golden gun?
Yeah, I thought it looked really cool.
Especially, I like this idea rather than what it was in the books, where it was just a golden revolver. Okay. I guess, but no, that's cooler. I mean, you're able to discreetly hide that, have it on your person at any time, and then all you have to do is just bang. Definitely all the action was good, you know. Definitely all the action, whether it was the car chase or whether it was the actual fight with Scaramanga, which you gotta give it up to his funhouse of death. Why you need that, I don't know, but I guess it's to... Is it supposed to help make him a better assassin while also, I guess, giving equal him and his opponent an advantage and a disadvantage? Because Scaramanga hides the golden gun in like the center place of it, and he has to find it. While at the same time you've got Westworld land, you've got Chicago gangster land, Norse Viking land. You got all these weird things with animatronics, and plus he has that weird hypno wheel thing with his face to fake people out. And it's all being controlled by Knick Knack. And he's essentially toying with everyone. Oh, Mr. Scaramanga, you're getting warmer. Oh, maybe it wasn't there. You still have to find it. I mean, what did you think of?
Yeah, I thought it was really entertaining, sort of like an amusement park.
But of death.
Yep.
And interestingly enough, in the pre-title sequence where we get to see Scaramanga utilize the funhouse, he goes up against a character that we've seen before. Rodney, played by Mark Lawrence. He was one of the gangsters in Diamonds Are Forever. He's hired by Nick Nack to have a duel with Scaramanga. But of course, he fails. Scaramanga only needed one shot. But it's cool that we actually get to see, you know, lesser known characters kind of come back. Especially with some actors even playing more than one character.
Yeah.
And then, of course, let's not forget the greatest car stunt ever recorded to film. Just utterly fantastic. I mean, are you able to play a clip?
Never heard of Evel Knievel.
Just awesome. But it was ruined due to that stupid slide whistle. Why was that a thing? Why was that used as a sound effect? You have one of the coolest car stunts ever, and oh no, slide whistle.
Nah. I don't know why.
See, but this isn't the first time weird sound effects are used during Roger Moore's time. So yeah, I'm not surprised. And then we get into the biggest negative. Dear God, did they write James Bond as a jerk? See, now, if it had been Sean Connery doing some of these things, I think he'd be able to get away with it, because he's that type of cool and that type of guy that it makes sense for his portrayal of Bond. But for Roger Moore, no. I mean, whether it's him slapping Andrea when she has him at gunpoint and then trying to find out information about Scaramanga and the Solex, him pushing that orphan kid in that dirty, disease-infested river, and especially with Roger Moore himself being an ambassador of UNICEF, yeah, he himself felt bad about doing that. He didn't enjoy it. And then, of course, him also sleeping with Andrea while Mary, who was ready to sleep with him, had to hide in the closet. Yeah, that's pretty messed up, don't you think? Pretty messed up. And then him hanging up on M when him and Goodnight finally hook up at the end of the film. Bruh. See, now, like I said, if it was Connery, could get away with it. But this was definitely not written for Roger Moore.
Yep. So, when I get into the score,
Well, sure.
I give this a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a little, mainly because Christopher Lee, his performance is mainly the thing that keeps me interested.
Huh.
Despite that.
Okay. For me, compared to other people that kind of want to give this one a very low score, like in the 4s or 5s, I give this a 6. It's not that bad. You know, even though this was definitely not written for Roger Moore. This was definitely a Sean Connery film. I think they should have switched this with Diamonds Are Forever. I think that would have worked. I think Diamonds would have worked so much better for Roger Moore. And Man with the Golden Gun would have worked fantastically for Connery. But there are still elements about the film that I do like. I mean, like you said, with Christopher Lee's performance, Hervé Villechaize's performance, Maud Adams. Heck, the theme song performed by Lulu. That is a very rockin' track, despite the innuendo that it's kind of alluding to when talking about the Golden Gun. And also, before we forget, the really cool but weird additional MI6 location in that half-sinking boat where does MI6 just have a special location everywhere?
Yeah.
All over the world?
Yeah.
But I did kind of like that one. Even I did like that location, especially M's office. But despite its flaws, I still have fun with this film.
So, if you disagree, tell us your opinion by find us on Facebook, The Real Screen Team. Find us on YouTube, The Real Screen Team. Where else?
You can find us on Instagram, on Reddit, and now on TikTok.
Like, comment our videos, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
So,
well, I guess now we let them know about the next film in this marathon. Personally, my favorite of the whole Roger Moore franchise, The Spy Who Loved Me.
So, when it rolls out?
Sure. Well, thank you all for coming. Definitely come back and watch us again. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It definitely helps. Well, cut, print, that's a wrap. Until we meet again, everyone.